All right, everyone, with this year coming to a close, I want to go over the top three biggest Etsy mistakes I have seen this year that are really impacting people's progress, people's growth, people's traffic. And these are mistakes that I see all the time inside my community where I coach Etsy sellers and provide systems and frameworks and courses and challenges to help them grow their businesses. I do one-on-one calls with all new members as well. And these are the things that I've addressed many times inside this community and things that I've seen people talk about inside forums and basically everywhere. And these are the top three so that you guys can learn and not do these going into 2026 and set yourself up for success. So let's dive in. So the first mistake that I see that I want to talk about is underutilized shop sections. So what am I talking about here? Well, in your shop, this is a random shop that I just pulled up here, but in your shop, all of the stuff in here, the shop sections, basically anything that you can add to your shop is of value to not only to your shop, building that know, like, and trust, but of value to the algorithm, helping showcase your shop, who you're trying to target, who's your target audience, and also your customer, basically curating a good experience for your customer and for people coming to your shop. So everything in here matters. And what I try to tell people is it's all about getting as much valuable data and information inside your shop. And that is all going to play a part in building know, like, and trust, showing the algorithm who you are, and helping extend your reach. And the algorithm can see, are all your shop sections filled out? That is the bare minimum. You got to make sure all your shop sections are filled out to give yourself the best chance of success. Put more lines in the water, but then making sure how you're filling out the shop sections matter as well in terms of SEO, in terms of building value, in terms of building trust for people coming to your shop. So everything in here does matter. Your banner image matters. This is valuable real estate. To help feature products. A lot of people will spend too much time on their logo and stuff. That doesn't really matter. People are concerned with the products, the quality of the products. Are they going to get them on time? So this is a valuable place to feature your products, bestsellers, new products, seasonal products. Your logo should be clean, easy to read, should pop out. Shop sections matter. This helps curate the experience for buyers, but also it helps give SEO data back inside your shop because these are keywords and these work as mini landing pages. So this is valuable too to curate the experience for the customer, but also give SEO data back inside your shop. So that matters. A couple other things real quick, I'm not going to dive too deep in this, but a couple other things. Obviously, your about section matters. Again, this is really good for like behind the scenes, showing that you're a real seller, but also you can add captions to these for SEO. Those keywords, again, it's another way to get the most important keywords targeting your audience back in here. So pictures, you can do a video, about section. This should be pretty robust. I'd make mine more robust than this. And then you got to make sure your about section is, again, including those natural keywords about the main things that you're selling and your target audience. This is why it's good to have a niche, because you can really kind of focus in with your shop on your target audience and your niche. But the about section is the biggest part where you can get a lot of good keywords naturally flowing in there. We're not just keyword dumping. We're running our about section about ourselves, why we're selling, what we're selling, who we're trying to serve, but you're going to include those natural keywords in there. And you can do an announcement section too, which the Etsy moved it down here. This is another great place to put just some keywords, a welcome message. Since it's down here, it's not really as of value to actual customers because it's like hidden. And then FAQs. Well, shop members do matter. FAQs matter. They don't have FAQ. They do have FAQs. So again, FAQs is good to answer questions, add value for customers, but also, again, get those keywords back in your shop. So it's multifaceted. Your shop does serve a purpose. Even though most people are finding you in search, this information is used by the algorithms. So every little bit helps, every little bit matters. So just take the extra steps to make sure all of your shop sections are filled out, and then think about it from a target audience and a SEO standpoint, as far as getting more information back in your shop. So that's number one. value, a lot of value in there that people are missing. Number two is pictures. I mean, this is a struggle across the board. Everyone struggles, or most people struggle with pictures. If you're in the picture niche and you're a photographer, then you 10 steps ahead of most people because you already know kind of the pain points. But pictures, not only the pictures in your listings matter, right? This should be like when I look at your shop, this should be almost like a curated Instagram board. Same tones, similar styles. It shouldn't be abrasively different. It should flow nicely. So the pictures matter. The main picture matters as far as how it's cropped, how it looks, the lighting. A lot of people mess the lighting up. You should be getting a light box or a ring light or something. That's usually half the battle there. But make sure your item is clear. It stands out. It doesn't have a busy background. It should pop out immediately. It should have a video when I scroll over here to help stop the scroll. That's the point of a video. So immediately should be zooming in on the product, showing the quality. So pictures matter as far as in search, and it will help your click-through rates and your visits, or your views. Because if people aren't clicking in your listing, it could be a picture issue, right? If you're not getting views and visits, it could be a picture issue. Could also be SEO, but usually pictures is a good starting point. So your pictures are really, really important to get right. A lot of people worry about that last. They're product focused. They're not worried about the pictures, when the pictures are the most important part of getting those clicks and getting people into your listing. But also, even taking it a step further, is the other pictures in your listing matter as well. The other pictures should showcase your product in different angles, but even more than that, should help sell your product. So pictures can be, especially now there's 20 picture spots. A lot of people make the mistake and they'll have like for this, they'll have like 10 pictures of this same person with this same necklace on, just like maybe slightly different angles. That's okay, but you shouldn't have redundant pictures, right? If I want to show this in like 2 or 3 angles, okay, so be it. Or if I want to show a piece of art in like 2 or 3 room settings, that's fine. But then we have to think a little bit more dynamically about what we're using our pictures for and how to use them to serve and sell our item better. How can we put perceived quality and value in this listing with our pictures? And most people are looking at the pictures. They're not reading your description. They're not looking at a lot of other stuff, but they will look at the pictures and video to make a buying decision. So you should be using those to your advantage. And pictures don't have to be pictures. It can be words. You can use Canva to design images that are actual words. What is your ordering instructions? Especially if you have personalization, how do you order that? You can put social proof in there. You can put some reviews in there to help showcase your product and sell your product from a social proof standpoint. You can use it for variations, which I think they do here, as far as like different variation options, font menu, packaging. You should show how the item is packaged, how it's going to be delivered. This is very well done here. Most people are buying this stuff as gifts, so they want to make sure it's not going to come in a garbage bag and look really weird, right? So packaging really matters. Show how it's packaged. Show how it's being made. Show that you're a real person designing it. Show the design or the item half made. Easier for some items than others, but it just helps show the value. So if you can show more details, show those value elements in your pictures, and think a little bit more dynamic than just showing a lifestyle picture, which those do matter. But how else can you showcase your item? How else can you sell your item? And it's different for different niches. But don't just do the same pictures. Don't just fill out 20 picture spots, right? Just to do it. If you don't have enough pictures to showcase your item, do the ones that you have and leave the other ones out. I'd rather it that way than have 10 of the same picture or 10 of the slightly different picture, because that's going to get really, really redundant and it's not really serving a purpose after that. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of a waste. The other thing with pictures is make sure you're adding alt text behind the scenes. You can go in and add alt text, which is a sentence or two, basically talking about what the product is. Alt text is for the blind community, so they can hover over a picture and it'll tell them what it is, but it also works for SEO. So you're going to write it in sentence format, pretend that you can't see it, or pretend that you're explaining it to someone else. What is it? How would you describe it? So you should have alt text for all your pictures as well. It'll help you with SEO. So that's number 2. Pictures are really, really important. And like anything, you got to put in the reps. It takes practice to get it right. You're not going to nail it. Most people don't nail it the first go around, but usually it's a lighting issue. So that is a big part of it. The last one is niche focus. This one I talk about a lot, and I get pushback because there are trend-based shops that still do really well. But I prefer to try and at least have a niche and a target audience. It just makes things a lot easier. It helps you build a more sustainable shop. And the other thing is a lot of people focus on like their product focused when they should be target audience and niche focused. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you have a specific target audience in mind that you're trying to serve with your shop and with your products, you're gonna learn a lot more about how to serve them better over time, and you're going to be able to release more stuff that they want and serve them better and grow your shop easier than just trying to just randomly come up with products that you're not really thinking through about. Is this something that my target audience will want? Does this serve them? How can I serve them better? How can I do better than the competition? So that's another way to think about it, because a lot of people will just they'll want to put a product out there to try to make the money, to try to sell the thing, and they're not thinking about, is this serving my target audience the best? Could I do this better? Could I take a little bit more time and think through this design or this product a little bit better? And that's, I think, the missing piece is people are just trying to get out products fast, and they're not thinking through their target audience and their niche and how they're serving them and how they could do it better. And that's how you're going to sell more, because you're going to be doing, if you think that way, you're going to be doing things better and offering things that are better, products that are better than your competition. And that's how you're going to sell more. The run of the mill, quick products that take 2 seconds to create, especially in the POD world, that's where people are kind of failing, and that's why they're not selling. So having a niche and a target audience is very helpful, because that is your roadway, that is your map. So I like to think about it like a road. So this is your target audience, right? So you want to stay on this road, and you want to offer things that your target audience is going to want. And the better you do this and the longer you do this, the more you're going to learn what they want, and the more products you're going to release that they want, which means that you're going to sell more stuff. So and it's just going to make your life a lot easier. The trend-based shops is like you're always trying to find the next best thing, the next best idea. A lot of it's related to pop culture, and a lot of it's trademarked. So a lot of it you can't do anyways. So it's a lot easier just to have a passion about a specific target audience that you want to serve, and think about how you can serve them better and release more stuff that they want. That's going to be a lot more sustainable and a lot easier and a lot less stress. So that's how I would think about it. So those are the top 3 things that I wanted to go over for you guys, so you can prepare for this new year coming up. I want you guys to have a strong year. Regardless of how your year ended this year, next year is another chance for us to take a crack at it. It's another opportunity for us to shine. And if you want more help growing your business and getting prepared for the new year, again, check out the link below to my Etsy Games VIP community. Great place to come hang out, talk with like-minded sellers, talk with me, get help. And it's just a positive, motivational place to hang out. And it's not thousands of dollars. It's very affordable. The goal here is to give you as much value as possible, if I could talk. And so you'll stay with me. A lot of people have been with me for a long time because they see the value there, and it's very affordable price. So right now it's just $10 a month. We have the Etsy traffic challenge in there you can take advantage of. Plus there's lots of other courses and stuff in there to help you grow your business. Hopefully see you in there. If not, I'll see you back here very, very soon. Have an amazing rest of your day.